After having discovered the amazing beauty of Murchison Falls, the crew now heads to Gulu for some cultural activities with Mother K.
I'd like to show you so much of our beautiful things here. There's so much artwork here, and there's a wonderful delicacy.
Hi guys, Mother K here. I've had such a good time. Yesterday I came to Gulu for the first time. I got to walk through the streets of Gulu, which are extremely clean for some reason. It's like someone is constantly mopping.
Most people actually think it's only one tribe here, but we have more than one tribe. We have the Acholi, we have the Aluru, we have the Luo, we have the Ludberas like me. We even have the Bagandas here, you know, so it's really a welcoming city.
I got to eat Malakwang, I got to eat pasted beef, I got to eat the kalo.
Here we have Malakwang, which is so delicious.
What's this?
Malakwang.
It's just green.
This is, yeah, it's green, but they paste it using either cinnamon paste or peanut paste.
Okay.
Then this one is peanut oil. It's here for this.
You add
This
it.
one is the ngo. They call it ngo.
No.
Ngo.
What can I taste first? What do you recommend?
I think you go with this one first. It's my favorite.
Amazing, tasting.
Oh my god, I had such a fantastic time, and most importantly, I got to dance La Raka Raka. I've forgotten how to dance it. Oh my god, special shout out to Boma Hotel. Has a lift, you guys. I never thought I would find a lift in Gulu, but it's here. I've had such a good time. Now, I just want to wish good luck to these contestants because it was such a good vibe. And yeah, we're out.
A tourism ambassador has to be knowledgeable about their country, about the values of their country, about the cultural aspects of their country, about their history of their country. A tourism ambassador must have a character to reckon with. Precisely, this is not about music alone. The tourism component is very strong and it has to really be showcased. We're northern Uganda. What are the biggest attractions in northern Uganda? All of us.
The River Nile is the biggest attraction in the north.
All right? Yourself?
For me, the food too.
Great.
The wildlife.
Wildlife?
The culture is the largest.
Culture.
Yeah.
Yourself?
I think the biggest attraction is the Murchison Falls.
Murchison Falls. Great. Murchison Falls had a name before it was called Murchison Falls. You need to do some research about it. Simple tourism, basic knowledge. Where are rhinos found in Uganda?
I only know of the new sanctuary that was recently closed down because of a few issues. But no lie, I don't really know the original place where they come from. But at least I know that they're trying to reproduce rhinos to repopulate them. Their population is kind of going down because of too much poaching and other issues associated.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm glad you talked about poaching. Murchison Falls is one of those national parks that is being affected by poaching. Any possible solutions that you want to suggest once you're tourism ambassador?
Personally, me?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Recently, I was watching something, and are we allowed to mention countries?
Sure.
Yeah, I was watching something in South Africa, and they're painting tusks of elephants with something just to make the ivory unworthy, like it loses the value, something like that. I think if we could adopt, because when you look at, we can't provide the manpower. It's been a big problem. I've been following closely, and our national game parks are having that problem of manpower to fight poaching.
Yeah.
But if we could find ways of making this ivory worthless to the poachers without harming the animals, like the way the South African people have done for the elephants, I think it's a good solution, because you're not harming the animals, but you're making the poachers lose. They can't harm the animal, because even if they kill it, they're not going to get what they want. I'm thinking if we could adopt that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think one of the most difficult most difficult things with dealing with poachers is that the locals are not like active in terms of reporting or speaking up. Majority of the time, maybe they don't think that it's their duty or it's in their best interest to take care of the wildlife around them. Some of them might look at the wildlife as a bother or as encroachers even. So I think educating the locals, most especially the ones who are in close proximity with the wildlife, to educate them and just let them know that the earth is a shared space, and it's big enough for human beings and animals to exist peacefully. So if you see something, say something. Don't be afraid of reporting, and also just being assured that stricter laws are being put down, in the sense that if you do report and these poachers are caught, they will be dealt with accordingly. They'll be jailed. So there's no need to maybe have a certain fear. Maybe if I report, nothing will happen. I'll be found out, something like that. So the Wildlife Authority needs to really just try as hard as possible to educate the locals and get sort of like a union with them.
Sounds convincing. Yourself?
Thank you very much. Let alone the government taking the initiative to do so much for this country. It is very important for the government to identify the tourism industry as not only a source of increasing our earnings or our capital base as a country, but the government should also initiate and invest more in securing these animals. We have security departments. We have the UPDF, we have the Uganda Police, and we also have Uganda Wildlife Authority security personnel. We should invest more in defending what this wildlife is. And also we need to go down to the roots. We need to have a long-term and comprehensive plan, which starts from the roots. We need to advertise more, not only on TV, in schools and at the elementary level. Not only in schools also, but also to the locals, the importance of these animals. We learn from them. They also take care of us in a way. We coexist. I would like to share with her that one. And it will be very important for people at schools to know that these things are important. These animals are important. Such that the information comes from the base, from the grassroots to the top. And this comes through platforms like the media, This comes through platforms like projects like what we have here today.
Great.
This is a very good initiative through which people are learning a thing or two. These are two key points. And I think to solve a problem, you start from down, let alone having to solve it when it has turned out into a nightmare. Thank you.
Noted. Eric.
Thank you so much. I think the point I'm going to stress, like it's kind of related to what Pearl and Maurice has said. I think I would also advocate for sensitization of the citizens. Like most people they're not aware about the benefits of this wildlife and the natural resources. So that's precisely why we have our natural resources like forests and wetlands are being lost at an alarming rate, because people are basically thinking of short-term gain and all that. They're not looking at what the government could earn from, tourists coming from outside. Like benefits like community development, like in an area where there's a wildlife, like if the government like develops like roads, community development, like when more tourists come, the government earns revenue, and then the revenue can in turn be used like develop infrastructures and all that.
Okay.
Like some of these things people are not aware about.
Yeah.
Like we don't even know the kind of like attractions that we have in our country. So if we go down to the citizens and educate them about these things, like I think it can help like cut down on
All right.
poaching.
All right. You want to give it a shot?
Yes, something small. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. For me, the way I see this is you have brought this thing of being the ambassador of tourism, which is very good, but it's for the whole Uganda. Now, the way I'm seeing it is, now if an ambassador for the whole Uganda is there, why don't we now do decentralization? Like there is ambassador of also regional ambassadors. This one represent this place, this one, because the work of an tourism ambassador is to protect and make sure that the site is okay, the site is clean, or poaching is not there, sensitizing the people. So if we decentralize it to be regional also, as the main one is also there as for Uganda, then regional. Then from regional, that regional will make sure that they have, or he or she have eyes. Again, they break them down to those sides until it reaches all places, nice. up to down. So that each family will see that if my son is benefiting, or my daughter is benefiting from this thing, being an ambassador, being called an ambassador, and it's always being seen on TV talking about this thing. Now me, myself, going to poach. Yeah. Will give a different image or something that doesn't make sense. So they will just be like, okay, let's now embrace this thing.
Tourism is an industry that is very flexible, that requires high levels of flexibility, and it is the highest, fastest growing industry in the whole world. Well, thank you so much. That has been a wonderful session here in northern Uganda. We had 5 contestants, and they're going to be taken through a crucial point whereby 3 of them are going to get to the next level on the national level. One of them could become the tourism ambassador. Don't you forget that you also participate by voting, and all these shows run on NBS every Sunday, 7:45.